That is trippy. This thing is massive. So today I started a journey and decided to stop somewhere along the way. I'm in search of the bunkers of Alvera. Now these bunkers were used to store TNT and ordnance during World War II. There's hundreds of these here. Let's see where I find the rest of them. So a little brief history on these. This was formerly the village of Alvera. Before that, it was known as Weistown back in 1825. In 1942, the population was 100. During World War II, the U.S. government purchased over 8,000 acres to construct the Pennsylvania Ordnance Works. But within 11 months of that, after they started manufacturing TNT, it was closed due to the lack of need for the TNT that they were storing there. So there's 149 of these bunkers strewn across this property. The U.S. government had actually promised the residents that they were gonna be able to purchase their land back, and they never allowed them to. The federal government instead ended up keeping the land and dividing it up. 4,000 acres were given to the Federal Bureau of Prisons to construct Allenwood Prison, and 3,000 were given to the state of Pennsylvania, including this land where the bunkers sit. And then this later became State Game Land 252, which is what I'm currently exploring. But these are the bunkers that were used to store ammunition and TNT during World War II. It's pretty cool to see all these old remnants. Wonder how many more I can find, or if there's any that are open for me to check out on the inside. Here's another one in here. This one's pretty hidden in here. Oh, it's open too. Grab my flashlight real quick. A bunch of crates in here. That's cool. Let's see, let's try it better. There we go. Wow. Just a dome, concrete bunker. See if we find another one. I'm just meandering through here. No specific direction, just following wherever there's tire tracks. I would guess that brings us to a different bunker. This is like a swampy area, so bug spray is probably recommended. Turkey! That scared the crap out of me. And I'm sure I scared the crap out of them too. I think that's them lined up. So that's a bunker, that's a bunker, that's a bunker, that's another one. All the way down like that, all the way around here too. That's cool. Looking at Google, they seem to be in a grid pattern. These parts out there are not maintained, but you will find doors here and there of them. This is definitely a mandatory tick check adventure when I get out of here because of this tall grass. Looks like it's an entrance to one over here on the left. It is the entrance to another. Another bunker. Ooh. This one's completely empty. Hear that echo? Wow. This is cool. The acoustics in this is crazy. It's like a cathedral. That is trippy. I'm gonna stop real quick. Alrighty, I'm gonna continue moving. The sun is setting. This place is filled with fireflies right now. It's been a while since I've seen them. That's awesome. Light the way, fireflies. So yeah, today I embarked on a journey. A journey to check off my 48th state. Now, I've been at it since 2019, trying to visit all 50. But 48th is a milestone because it's the last one in the lower 48. Now this journey is going to take a couple days, so if you tag along with me, you'll see a lot of cool things, find a lot of neat things like propagation area. Okay, I won't go there. Find a lot of neat things like these, things that I find along the way. Let's check this last one spot over here and hit the road. If you've been watching my channel for a while now, I appreciate you. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, share the channel if you're new and you like what you see. And yeah, we'll have more adventures with Vizzy. You guys might have not seen me do all those states, but before I had a channel, I actually did a cross-country trip where I did 25 states in 48 days with a friend in a minivan. And that's sort of what started all of these adventures. I was like, you know what? I've done this many, I might as well do the rest of them. And here I am now. So we will finish all 50. So if you stick around in the channel, you'll see me accomplish that. And I'll probably do all the other ones again, so you guys can see some of the things you might have missed out when I did my first cross-country trip. Let's see what this one has in store here. This one's got metal structure in the middle there, like shelving units. It's cool. Alrighty, I'm gonna head back to the vehicle and continue on this journey. Thank you for coming along. I did a tick check already. Now I'm gonna head to my campsite for the night. Good morning. Welcome to my site last night. I am somewhere near the town of Clarion, Pennsylvania. And this is within the Allegheny National Forest. Now this spot was nice. Nice big open with a beautiful view of the sky. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that time lapse. So I'm gonna head a little bit further west, because that's the goal for this trip. There's a little path here. I followed it for a little bit, but then I realized that it just goes straight for quite a ways. Not sure if it was for power lines or something. I have no clue, but it's just a straight line when I look it up in the map. But today we'll get into some more tomfoolery. Find some cool things along the way, and we'll get to see this on the way down now, because last night you just saw the bumpy road in. But yeah, if you're enjoying this adventure, stick around. You'll see many more fun and interesting things. Welcome to Akron, Ohio, once known as the rubber capital of the world, home to B.F. Goodrich, Goodyear, Firestone, and U.S. Rubber, later became known as Uniroyal. But I'm not here for the rubber necessarily. I'm here for the blimps. I'm here checking out the Goodyear air dock. This thing is massive. Now this hangar was built in 1929 by the Goodyear Zeppelin company. It was used to build airships or blimps. Each one of these doors is 600 tons each. So that one and this one. It is about 200 feet tall and 1,000 feet long. And these massive windows here were actually for a very unique problem that this building had. And that's that it created its own weather system inside. It's so massive that it creates its own weather system. So especially when there's like condensation and things like that outside, these are opened up to try to let it equalize to the outside. Now these doors completely come off to let the blimp inside completely out, and the building itself has no supports inside. It's freestanding. It's also built on rollers, so it allows the building to expand and contract seasonally according to the temperature outside. There's still an active runway here, so that's why you're hearing planes above me, like that one. But yeah, this was home to Lockheed Martin at a point in time. It no longer is. It's now part of LTA, which is lighter than air, which is the types of vehicles that it was expected to build back in the time where the future of travel was blimps and lighter than air ships. So this building has a maximum width of 325 feet and maximum length of 1,175 feet and a maximum height of 211 feet. Now each one of these doors sits on 40 wheels set on a curved railroad track, and it was used for testing, and it's still used for testing for new generation lighter than air ships. The last one that was built here by the Goodyear company was in 1960. Most of them are now, the blimps are now stationed in like Florida and California. Not really Ohio anymore. At its time of completion, this was the largest building in the world without interior supports. The windows on their side, there's 12 of them on each side, which is what allows the temperature and weather to sort of reach equilibrium between outside and inside, because there was that unique feature where people would complain of rain inside because it has its own ecosystem pretty much inside there. Now I'm gonna go around it and check it out because you're allowed to, and I'm gonna try to get different perspectives of it, because this thing is just massive no matter how you look at it. Now these generators and things like that are part of this because it runs on its own power supply. Is not attached to any other, so it has its own power supply. And I've reached the end of the perimeter fence. Now this is one of two of these factories. This one goes by the designation ZRS4 and the other one is ZRS5, Macon. So yeah, this is Akron and the other one is Macon. Here's the airfield where they used to be launched from. So you just open those giant doors, bring it across and launch it from there. Wow, it's kind of crazy to think that something like this is still around. Here we are trying to get a different perspective of the building, and it's still massive from here. Now the interior of this building holds over 1 million cubic meters of space, and that was needed to create those massive airships. I'm kind of sad that it sort of didn't become a thing of the future, because that would have been cool, or at least generally open for the public. I would love to tour one of those. So if you know somebody that has connections, it would be nice to either tour the factory or take a ride on a blimp. That would be cool. Welcome to Dublin, Ohio. I am in this Scioto, I don't even know how to say it, park, but I'm here to see this statue. This is a monument to Chief Leatherlips. So this was created by a Boston artist. 12-foot high portrait of indigenous Wyandot chief. Now Chief Leatherlips was born 1732 and died 1810. He's actually buried here in Dublin. The white settlers called him Leatherlips because his admirable trait, never breaking a promise. That's cool. Cool little oddities to find along the way. It's all made of stone. Everything else in the park sort of matches, even the restroom. I like things like this. They break up the trip a bit, you know. Do not climb. It's beautiful though. Now the reason why the back of that is open is so that you could physically have his vantage point, his vision, and imagine what it would be like to have indigenous people and the white folk coexist with each other. At least that was his vision. But according to the history, he was unalived by his own tribesmen. So, to physically inhabit the vantage point of leather as a way of imagining his vision for peace between indigenous people and the white settlers. Let's check out a little bit more of the park. It's a nice little river that runs through here. This is this Scioto River, I think is how you say it. Looks pretty low. Don't mind me if I'm sweating a bit. It's 95 degrees here in Ohio right now, so that's inevitable. It's cool. Cool little quiet park, at least for now. It's a kids playground somewhere over there, and a couple benches here. See it. Gazebo there. And there should be another gazebo down this way. Here's the other gazebo slash pavilion over there. Cool little spot. I'm not sure if there's many trails or anything like that. It just looks like a regular playground. Kids playground over there, like I said. Let me check this board here. Looks like a soccer field over there. Yeah, no, it's a shelter there, but nothing much to it, just that. Cool little spot. Nice little oddity. Good way to stretch my legs. Now on to the next spot. Now I'm at the Sam and Olala France Park. Now this spot, some might find it corny, but I find it funny. So here we are. It's a field of corn. Now there's a plaque for this. I'm gonna go find it and check it out, but this is pretty cool. These are all concrete structures. Yep, just a field of corn. Now this is a DNV. I'm not sure what they do. It's like an industrial area, but this was only 3 miles away from Chief Leatherlip's monument, so I came and checked it out. Field of corn includes 109 human-sized ears of corn that stand upright in realistic row patterns. The installation symbolizes the history of the community farming legacy and serves as a memorial to rural landscapes. Now the family that owned this was the France family, and he was, or at least the husband and the wife, were instrumental to the hybridization of a corn variety. It's called corn belt dent corn, which has between 14 and 22 rows of yellow kernels and a small dimple or dent at the end of the kernels. So Sam France, who farmed this site from 1935 to 1963, was well known for his development of hybrid corn seeds. He worked at the Ohio State University on corn hybridization projects and served on the United States Department of Agricultural Seed Advisory Committee. He made a impact on how corn is grown today. He helped create a breed of corn that's obviously more resilient than the usual corn. So these trees are Osage orange trees. They're related to the mulberry family, and these were used as boundary trees. So outside of a cornfield you usually see these, and farmers planted them because they grew thorny branches, and those eventually made secure boundaries. These trees are also widely known as a natural repellent for roaches and spiders and other insects. So that's another reason why farmers planted them. These are cool. They're sort of depict the history of corn and sort of the early Native American people that lived here. Let's just check out some of these. But there's 109 of these, and they're lined up in rows. It's humorous, but also educational. I always find it interesting when they sculpt, I guess, sculptures for still reminding and reminiscing of what it was previously like before industrialization or modernization. Similar to like the sculpture that was in one of my adventures in Costa Rica, with the indigenous people sort of standing up against modernization of the way they used to live. This is also reminiscing of that, because now where it used to be a farm, cornfield way of living for people, now it's all industrialized, modernized. So this is almost like, in a way, their last stand. It's kind of sad, but I'm glad that they're still able to put something to make you think about what it used to be. Take one last walk through this rows of Osage orange. Although you don't eat them, they're still very beneficial as a pest deterrent and environment for birds. Not everything has to be eaten, you know. Sometimes it could just be a symbiotic relationship, with this being a natural fence but also a bug deterrent. I think we should learn a thing or two from that sculpture, apart from not forgetting our roots, but also we should probably go back and not have man-made pesticides and things like that. Use natural things like they did with the Osage orange. But that being said, I'm gonna hit the road. Not sure what I'll find next, but you'll be there with me. I'm gonna head and check out this small town that likes big things and not just regular big things. They like world record sized big things. This is the world's largest pitchfork, world's largest golf tee, world's largest key, world's largest barber pole, world's largest porch swing. Down there you could see to the left up here the world's largest rocking chair. To the right you could see the world's largest wind chime. And from here you can actually mail things out and they'll stamp it with the world's largest mailbox. So mailed from the world's largest mailbox.